Craig Thompson, the Booze Hunter, with Impromptu Wine Review. Crazy story for you today. And the story actually relates to wine, but it relates to this wine that we'll be tasting today, this wine's predecessor. So the wine we're tasting today is the Fermoy Estate Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon from Margaret River. So that's 2014, but the story I've got for you actually pertains to this wine's predecessor, the 2013 Fermoy Estate Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon from Margaret River. Which one? No, not best Cabernet from Willieabrup, the sub-region of Margaret River. No, not best Cabernet from Margaret River. No, not even best Cabernet from Australia. The 2013 version of this wine actually won Best Cabernet in the world at the Concours International de Cabernet in Paris, France. And just to make that even crazier, we're talking best Cabernet in the world. Just to make that even crazier, the competition was judged on a barge on a river. Go figure. No idea why, but I'll attach a link to, there's an abbreviated 4.5 minute video of the tasting, and the Fermoy's actually revealed at the 3-minute 55 mark if you want to check it out. But yeah, the entire tasting and sort of reveal is done on a barge on a river while the barge is moving. Yeah, well, whatever you need to do, I guess. But best wine in the world. So I predict the 2014 will be the first wine to go up in the SpaceX program. You know, it's time to conquer the universe with this one. And what's even better for the Club Booze Hunter members that receive this wine is that 2014 is actually considered to be a superior vintage, so I believe, in Margaret River than 2013. So rock on, let's have a look at the wine. Now, this is a premium Cabernet Sauvignon. It doesn't come cheaply, around $75. So I've had it in the decanter for 4 hours. And for those who think, I don't need a decanter, I'll just drink the wine. Let me tell you, it is looking far more beautiful. It looked beautiful when I first opened it, but it's expressing far more of itself after 4 hours than it is when I first opened, or it was, sorry, when I first opened it. So let's have a look at this wine from the 4-hour perspective, and I may occasionally refer back to the initial opening and how things have changed. But hey, let's just have a look at the wine. Best wine in the universe. Now, I guess something to note in the last 4 hours is that the fruit has really started coming to the fore. So this wine, actually, I knew this before tasting it. This wine, 75% new oak and 25% one-year-old oak, which, if you don't know your oak, that is a lot of oak thrown at the fruit, thrown at this grape juice that's been made into wine, then put into these oak barrels, many of them new, 75%. And one-year-old is still quite impactful. So I was really expecting this wine, to be honest, to be a big oaky wine, but it's not. It's not. And certainly after 4 hours, it's revealing a lot more aromatics, a lot more fruit. So there's lots of, there's a real blackcurrant core to it. Or as in the wine industry, they'll say cassis rather than blackcurrant, but a blackcurrant core to it. And there's blue fruits and some of the red fruits as well are starting to come through. There's some redcurrant there, some real lift coming out in this. And some of the earlier characters that were oak characters like vanilla bean and milk chocolate that I saw when I first opened it are probably showing themselves a little more as an anise now, a licorice. That is a really beautiful nose. Oh, let's have a taste. Can't hold off much longer. I've been talking for a while, haven't I? I apologise for that. Well, look, needless to say, it's a quality wine. There's a softness to it, yet it's still quite tight and linear. This wine will continue to reveal itself over the next 10 to 20 years. I don't know when its peak will be. It may be peaking right now in my glass, it may be in 10 years, it may be in 20, it may be in 30, 40. It's probably a personal thing anyway, but it looks fantastic right now. As I say, there's a softness to it, fine tannins, yet it's still tight and linear at this stage. Lots of that blackcurrant, blue fruit, and in particular on the palate, the anise as well, the licorice type character. But, you know, these sort of wines, I can sit here and talk about it for, well, not that long really, another 5 to 10 minutes. In the end, you need to taste it, see what it's all about. It's a really great contrast to the Atelier, which I pronounced incorrectly in its impromptu wine review, to the Atelier, which is a great value Coonawarra Cabernet Sauvignon. So much good wine. That's what it always comes back to. Just so much good, great, fantastic wine out there. Keep on consuming, consume in moderation. Consume the good stuff. When you're drinking expensive Cabernet, you're not doing it every night, although tonight is Tuesday. Anyway, peace, stay awesome, the Booze Hunter. Cheers.